Good morning, everybody. This is Electrical Essence, and I want to thank everybody for joining me and tuning in. And that is one of my most all-time favorite songs ever by Acid Bath. Well, one out of three. There's three of them that I really, really love very much. And that one, though, is very special to my heart for a lot of many different reasons. And I haven't really, I don't know, I haven't really been listening to a lot of rock and alternative lately. Little bits and pieces here and there, but a lot of it's just that I feel that with music, it's music is very special, and a lot of times, whatever you subject yourself to when it comes to music, a lot of people don't understand how it affects us on so many different levels, and and those who are like music freaks, understand that deep connection with music, and then people who enjoy like all the different genres and everything like that. Music's a little bit different for them, but music is so beautiful and so evil and so wonderful and everything and all in its essence. And music today has definitely taken a very weird turn, but I get it. I understand it. It is what it is, but um, I am going through a phase right now to where I try to listen to certain types of music just because of the power behind it and the influence behind it and the mental mechanism that it's able to do. And when I was going through my hardcore rock phase and listening to a lot of alternative and death metal and all of that, I was in a very, very dark, dark place in my life. So now that I'm in a different stage of my life now, I listen to it very lightly here and there because it reminds me so much of that time period. So like a lot of times when I do listen to it, it's like a reminiscence of what I had went through. And music now, it's changing, it's slowly changing. And what it's changing into, I don't know. But I see it and I hear it. And people have to also realize too, like with music, like it's a form of worship. It is like when you have a whole group of people just jamming out to that one song, that's a lot of energy, and then like when one person, in their solitaire and they are listening to music, and they are deeply emotionally connected to it too. That's a lot of energy as well. I mean, that could be just as powerful as 20 people listening to it or 50 people listening to it or 100 different people listening to it. Sometimes like that one person and that power and that energy of that one person listening to that song and emotionally and mentally and spiritually and physically just being engulfed by it is very, very powerful. So, but music is, like I said, it's a beautiful thing and it can be a very evil thing. And people that are closed-minded musically, like, oh, those are the fun ones. Yeah, the ones who refuse to open up a view or perspective on a certain type of music or certain genre of music. It's, I don't know, I guess it just jaw drops me. For the first time ever in my life, just recently in the last couple of years, I met somebody who actually does not like music, and I'm still in shock by it. Like, I mean, how can you not like music? Like, it's, like, again, jaw dropped. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to figure it out, but I just don't understand how a person could just, like, not like music or not be into music, and so, I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's been a while, but I will get it. Like if I try to put my finger on it, I will keep searching and investigating and coming up with different methods of trying to formulate a end conclusion to something. But anyways, this broadcast is not so much really geared towards any topic. I just had a lot of stuff going through my mind the last couple of days. I've had a lot of shit happen in my life the last couple of days, and I guess you could say I'm still processing. And me in process mode is usually not really fun. I don't like having to process too much at once, but whenever I have to, it really really fucks with me. But one of the biggest things that I've really been processing the last, I don't know, I have to say like the last 2 months is the spirituality thing. It's basically turned into the whose dick is bigger game. Like, that's the only way I can really explain it, like, from my perception, is everybody is, not everybody, but a lot of people, they're so engulfed in their own spirituality and their own awakening and their own whatever, like, they feel like their terminology and their terms and their thought processing and everything is the way, is the truth, and so of course then everybody's like battling it out, like, no, spirituality's this and no, spirituality's that, and it's been interesting to watch, but it's also been very irritating to watch as well, because it's it's becoming a religion. It's a lot of it's being taken and shoved into this little box, and then that little box is just being like just kicked around, and it bothers me, because like I personally feel the true essence of spirituality is individual. It's got much more deeper meaning and reason and just profound truth in it than what people are giving it credit for. And everybody wants to categorize it and market it and and sell it like dog shit treats, and it's just like it's not that's not what it is. That's not what it is for me. Spirituality is so beyond us, that we're not getting it, and when I say we, I just the royal we, I just have to say it. And going through with my own spiritual stuff, it's a lot of it's very private, and a lot of it should be private. A lot of it is only meant for you. A lot of it is for your own personal spiritual soulful growth, and everybody, again, wants to shove it into this little box. That's religion. Religion, that's what happened with religion. Everybody took religion, broke it up into little sections, and shoved it in little boxes, and then they're just fucking kicking around and selling little fucking dog treats, you know? And then, of course, religion, it's like, no, follow me, I'm the right way, or no, follow me, this is the right way, or no, this is how it's supposed to be. No, spirituality is not that. Spirituality was never supposed to be religious in that form of a way, you know? And spirituality is supposed to be a way for somebody to be aware on all different types of levels, and to be open-minded, and to be mindful and respectable and loving, and not get wrapped up into the religious text of it. It's just, like I said, it's so beyond us. Like, some people get it, some people really do, like the ones that like know that it's it's an individual journey of the soul, and then spirituality, like I said, it's so much. And there are those who group together, because they have a perception that is shared, they have a belief that is shared, you know but again, it's an individual thing. Now, the ones that have grouped together and everything in like their soul groups and all of that, that's fine. That's beautiful whenever you can meet up with other people who have the same perception of you, or see things as you see things, and understand things as you understand things, and that just makes it a lot easier. That sometimes makes the journey a lot easier whenever you're able to connect with other people that share and see everything in the same type of a light. But there are certain things that some people have to do individually alone. There's a growth process that has to be done by yourself. And and then that's where you find your own truth and you find your own keen awareness and your own type of awakening, and all this other shit that's out there, those are just tools. Astrology, that's just a tool. Other religions, those are tools. Those are little methods and stuff like that that are to help with people on certain spiritual journeys, and awakenings or whatever. And some people just take things way too fucking serious, like way too fucking serious, and it just blows my mind at like some of the shit that I see and I read and I watch, and it's just like, oh, humans. I could say so much, but I don't. I want to comment so much, but I don't. I keep a lot of shit to myself. I do, and then I process it, and then sometimes it comes out. It can come out very loving and sharing, or it can come out just really ruthless and just cold, and just it just depends on how it rubs me, And a lot of things lately have been kind of rubbing me wrong, and I just see a lot of people just being hurt, and a lot of people being just ripped to shreds, and I'm sorry, but in the spiritual community, you should not be doing that. Like, you should not be just ripping somebody to fucking shreds like that, and a lot of people are just not staying in their fucking lane, and that's gonna happen, I mean, fuck, I'm guilty of it too. I've ventured out of my own fucking lane, you know, but it's it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process, And another thing that I've been kind of processing the last couple of months is everybody, and I'm not saying everybody, just using the term everybody, they want such deep, soulful connections with people, and it's happening, it's happening on so many different levels, and everybody wants that soul bond relationship, and but then they don't realize that they have a soul bond relationship with people, and they just turn a blind eye to it. They just don't give it the credit that it's owed. And sometimes our most deepest bonded relationships are not with our partners, not with our husbands, not with our wives, not with our girlfriends, boyfriends. Sometimes it's with our friends. Sometimes it's with a family member. Sometimes it's with a stranger down the street that you run into, and they just disregard it. Um, So there's just been a lot. And for me to really just narrow it down, it's really hard for me just to narrow it down because there's been a lot, that's been going on just in the last couple of months. Just the last couple of months, shit has just like popped off on a whole nother level to where all I can do is just sit back and just observe, like a lot of it, like I want to comment and say stuff, but I don't. I just kind of just been watching, and this Jupiter and Scorpio transit is no fucking joke. It's not playing. It's not playing at all. And I warned of this, God, like a good 6-7 months ago. Those that are very close to me, and that I share stuff with, my special little soul group, which I love. Yeah, the Jupiter and Scorpio transit's not playing. It's just been kind of like a wow to like watch it, and I so want to do like the I told you so dance, but I'm not gonna do it just yet. Not just yet, you know. But and we got another year of this, another year, you guys, another year, and shit hasn't even fucking really hit the fan. I mean, yeah, little splatters here and there, but no, shit has not hit the fucking fan yet. And this transit could be it could be so amazing, but in the same breath it could be fucking horrible too. It's the same thing with like a Saturn transit. Saturn can Saturn can really ruffle your fucking feathers when he wants to, but Saturn can be very beautiful and have his own blessings too, just as much as Jupiter. Um, these outer planets are very intense. Like, people don't understand how intense they can be. Like when Neptune hit Pisces, oh shit! I remember I was doing, this is years back. I was doing a little bit of research here and there on it, and some of the stuff that I came across, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna set this down and just back away. Like I'm good. I'm done. I'm gonna move on to the next project. You know, but these outer planets, these big, especially these bigger ones like Saturn and Jupiter, you know, there's, it's never what you expect, and it's never what you think it's going to be, you know. And I myself am not quite enjoying the Jupiter and Scorpio transit, but of course I knew I wouldn't. I'm in Aquarius, so of course, you know, it's gonna really fuck with me. You know, it's gonna really, really fuck with me. And I was kind of mentally prepared for it, but not emotionally prepared for it. So, and again, it's, I mean, God, it just moved in here into Scorpio, so it's like it's gonna be a very long, heavy journey, and it's gonna definitely be a long, heavy journey for somebody like me because I have Saturn getting ready to go into Capricorn, and what's after Capricorn? Aquarius. So it's a lot of preparation for me, and I'm one of those, I don't prep very well. I'm like one of those last minute fucking people who has to wait to the last fucking minute to do everything like under pressure. Like I don't know what it is. I am a glutton for fucking punishment, but I work best under pressure. I've always worked best under pressure. Schoolwork, last minute. You know, packing to go somewhere, last minute. You know, going to an appointment, last minute. You know, like I am always testing it. You know, I do. It's ridiculous how bad I get sometimes. You know, and I know this about myself, but yeah, do I change it? No, because I think it's a way for me to sit back later and laugh about it and talk shit because oh, life is so interesting. Life is life is like the most interesting thing ever, and watching other lives is interesting too. But um, it's it's got to get worse before it gets better, right? And it always has to. I mean, I mean, how do you learn? How do you learn if you don't go through some shit, you know? So I'm being as positive, but yet not as positive I usually am. But I'm being trying to be as positive as I can during all of this, but realizing too that sometimes you just have to deal with the negative. But I'm gonna go ahead and end here, and I'm gonna finish up with a little bit more acid bath. Surgery in the house of dissection, when you got another resurrection.